Hey boys, it's HarmNone. With our final car customization of the day, we have the Declasse Impaler SZ Cruiser, and I'm excited to customize this one. Of course, as I've said at the start of all the other customization videos, if you guys are new, if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to hit 300k this year. Let's see if we can make it happen. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to get started, we're going to go all the way up on the armor on this vehicle, of course. Race brakes, let's go ahead and throw those on as well. For the bumpers, we have I think it's the same bumpers that we got on the regular version of this car. This one has some extra lights on it, so I'll go for it just because we might as well. We can remove the bumper or go for the touring bumper. I'm just going to leave it stock, I think. For the engine, we'll go level 4. For the exhaust, we will take a look and see what we want to go for. I definitely don't want to do any side exits or anything too crazy like that. Maybe just the chrome tuner exhaust. I don't really know. I'm not super excited about this car, if you can't tell. It's just kind of one of those ones that I'm not too thrilled about. Front diffusers, no, like none of them for a police car. This is one we could have probably just got a different car entirely. Not gonna lie, Rockstar. I don't know what we were kind of doing here. Like, what are these grill options? Like, what are we doing? Let's leave it alone. For the hood, we can go for the lifted hood, the twin vented hood, the sport hood. We got the low-level cowl scoop. Like, yeah, no, none of them at all. Xenon for the lights, though, for sure. And for the liveries, we could go for some different ones. Oh, this one has some unique ones. It's got bomb detection, K9. That's pretty cool. LSPD captain, kind of cool. LS state trooper. I feel like the rest of these are kind of basic, but we do have some unique ones, which is pretty cool. LSPD race car. That's cool. That's actually pretty neat. I kind of want the bomb detection one. I feel like that's kind of cool. Let's go for that one. For the police equipment, we can go for some aerials. We can go for tech arrays on this car. That is really cool. I do like that. So that's good. Tech array 6.0 seems like the one that I kind of like the most, so we'll go for that. For the searchlights, we got the basic ones. We got the folded single, raised single, folded dual, driver raised, both raised. We're going for both raised. Let's go ahead and do that. For the emergency lighting, we have number 1, we have number 2, we have number 3, and we have number 4. I haven't done number 4 yet, so I'm going to go for that option for today. I do like this one a lot, but yeah, number 4 should be okay. For the bull bars or the push bars, we're definitely going to go for, I think, the interceptor push bar. I kind of like the look of that, so we'll go for that option. For the rear diffuser, dude, no, just no. For the color, let's maybe just go double white. Actually, no, let's not. Let's go black and white. We're just gonna keep it basic. Not gonna lie, it's fine. We're gonna leave it alone. I will put the low-level lip on here though, because I think that for the traction, it's going to be nice to have, so we'll go for that. Sun strips, not a big fan. We're going to leave those alone. For the suspension, I will keep it raised just in case we got to go off-road. We'll keep it. Race transmission, and for the turbo, let's also go for that. For the wheels, I'm kind of thinking I might want to go for like the spooners, I want to say they are. Yeah, the spooners. I feel like the spooners are okay on this thing, and we'll do those in black. And bulletproof tires for sure. No, yeah, we don't need to do any wheel like lettering or anything like that. And limo tint on this thing, maybe? No, let's just go light smoke. I feel like that's fine. This one's underwhelming to me. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't. I feel like we didn't need this car. I feel like I would have rather had like the LSPD Granger, maybe, or the SWAT Granger, or the FIB Buffalo, or like literally any other police variant of a vehicle than this thing. I just don't think this one was necessary. It just doesn't seem like we needed it. It seems kind of lazy by Rockstar, but I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. But anyway, let's do a little sound test and a full review on the car. I will say it does have a really cool turbo, like blow-off valve noise. Other than that, though, pretty mid. As far as the performance goes, it's actually faster than I remember it being, to be completely honest. It feels quite a lot faster than I remember. I mean, maybe it's not the worst car to have in GTA, but it just doesn't excite me the same way that getting like an FIB Buffalo or even the LSPD Buffalo, you know, either of those cars I feel like would have been kind of a lot cooler, to be completely real. But it is what it is, you know, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, the sirens definitely get people to stop, by the way, in the middle of the road, right in your way, that's just awesome. Yeah, this car just, I don't know, it's not the worst car to have. I can definitely see myself using it for manhunts and stuff like that. But for the average player, I don't really think it's going to be a very viable car, especially at its price point. Like, let me just look at the price point quickly before we even get into the rest of the review. I gotta see this because, yeah, like $3.5 to $4.7 million. Like, that's steep, man. And like for the same price, roughly, you can get the Gauntlet Interceptor, which is gonna outperform this thing in like every way. And and to be fair, the Vapid Stanier LE Cruiser would outperform this thing, and it's cheaper than this thing as well. So it's kind of unnecessary in my opinion. It is kind of cool though. These do give you the option to have the dispatch missions from Vincent. He'll just like randomly call you up for dispatch and you can take it if you want it, which is kind of cool. So that's neat, I guess. But I don't know, this thing just feels like a waste of money to me. Like the Greenwood and the Dorado are both better than this. They do cost a little bit more, but I think if you're going to spend the money, you might as well spend the extra 200-300K and get one that's like really worth the money. But or maybe not really worth the money, but more so worth the money. To talk about this car, the handling is actually decent. It's actually not bad. It's better than I actually remembered and I expected, you know, to be completely honest. The acceleration is also kind of decent too, and the top speed seemingly is like okay as well. So I can't really hate on this thing's performance too much. I just don't really think it's worth picking up. It's not my favorite car. I would have rather had a lot of other police cars, as I've mentioned a few times now. I would have just rather had a different car entirely, to be honest, instead of this thing. Like, I'm sure that the reason they used this as well as the Greenwood and the Dorado is because they already had the models, you know, they already existed before, which is probably a pretty big time saver. And especially with Rockstar, you know, working on GTA 6 and whatnot, I'm sure they kind of need all the time they can get. But it just feels a little bit lazy to me, and especially this car too, just because I don't know, I just kind of have a personal beef with this car or something. Like, it's just ugly, man. It's so ugly, and we already have the Stanier LE Cruiser, we have the unmarked Cruiser, we have the Greenwood now too. This just feels unnecessary. I damn near would have rather just not had this car come into the game today, kind of. Like, it's just not exciting, really, to be completely honest. I mean, I'm sure we're going to use it in Manhunt and stuff like that, but definitely the weakest car of the DLC, in my opinion, at least. I just don't think this thing's that exciting. So there you have it. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed my Declasse Impaler SZ Cruiser customization and review, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike of course. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. I'm gonna have more content coming at you real soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.